everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be a new March Musings video. I posted my first one of these a couple weeks back, taking inspiration from channels such as Lauren May Beauty and Nikki Murphy. I'll have their channels listed down below, but they do these videos. Lauren's is called Tube Talk, Nikki's is called Chat Spat, just kind of having a discussion about certain things in the beauty community. When I posted my first March Musings video, I was talking about the challenges that smaller creators can come across that maybe bigger YouTubers didn't have when they were first starting out in YouTube. So I'll have my first video listed down below, but I really wanted to do another one of these, and this one was inspired by not yesterday's, but last week's Will I Buy It video when I was discussing Tati Westbrook and her Halo Beauty and her supplements that she just came out with. And I was saying in that video that I was almost kind of dreading posting that Will I Buy It video because I was getting so much feedback and so many messages surrounding Tati and her vitamins and requesting I put it in a video. And I felt a certain way about a lot of the messages that were coming in that had me not looking forward to filming that Will I Buy It video. And my Will I Buy It videos I've been doing for over a year now. I post them every single week. They are my favorite videos to create. And I was absolutely dreading posting that one. And a lot of it is because of all of this drama that we have in the beauty community. This is not a new topic. I'm not saying anything new or earth-shattering here. Other people have made videos on it as well, but it's something that gets very disheartening at times. This March Musings kind of on like the drama and how I handle it. I wanted to kind of talk about how it seems like negativity is almost kind of thrived upon in the beauty community. I really like these videos for the discussions that happen. Like when I would watch channels like Lauren and Nikki, I would always leave a comment on those videos, and I enjoyed reading the comments and seeing other people's discussions in there. So if you guys have thoughts on these topics that I'm talking about, I hope that you will leave some comments down below. I always do remind people to keep it kind down there. But yeah, without further ado, why don't we go ahead and jump into this new March Musings. Okay, so like I said, I want to focus kind of on the drama and negativity. And like I said, this is not a new subject. This is not a new thing. This is not a recent thing in the beauty community. But it gets kind of disheartening at times to see how, like I said, sometimes it feels like the beauty community thrives on drama, and it can get super disheartening. When I saw that Tati was releasing supplements, honestly, it kind of went in one ear and out the other. So when I saw that she was releasing something that wasn't necessarily makeup, I just kind of was like, never mind. Like, I didn't even think to touch on it in a Will I Buy It video because normally my Will I Buy It videos I'm talking about makeup. I very rarely even touch on skincare in Will I Buy It videos. I'm typically talking about makeup, and because it was supplements, and like I said, I'm not someone who takes supplements or vitamins, I really just didn't even think that I would talk about it. But the messages started coming in, and I don't want to say that all messages that came in were leaning towards the negative side, because that most certainly is not true. A lot of people seemed to be genuinely curious of what I thought. But then I was also getting in comments. I got this one comment, I think this is the one that stuck out to me the most, and that just kind of, I just stared at it for the longest time. It was an Instagram DM, and it said, "I can't wait to see you drag Tati." And that one just stuck with me because I was like, I genuinely don't feel like in any of my videos, Will I Buy It videos, even when I did anti-haul videos, I don't feel like I'm someone who drags someone, because that's just, I don't know, that's just, it's not my personal style. It's not in my taste to do. Yes, there are certain brands or people that I don't enjoy, but I'm not someone who enjoys like publicly bashing or dragging people. So I was so disheartened when I saw that message. I was like, oh my gosh. There was other messages that came in that were kind of on the same playing field as that. Like, people seemed excited for me to just bring down Tati. People seemed excited for me to get all heated in my videos. And again, I just wanted to stress the point that not everybody was that way. Not every message was that way. But it seemed like the messages where people were angry and they wanted me to be angry, those messages had so much passion behind them. And it just kind of made me really sad. And I said that in my Will I Buy It video. And I said it was a reason why I wasn't really wanting to make that Will I Buy It video. And I said, I'm probably going to disappoint people, that I'm not angry, or that I'm not cursing and swearing and dragging someone in my videos. But I don't know, that's just not my style. And even though I don't watch Tati, like I said, I don't dislike her, and like I said, I don't think she was like running a scam or anything crazy like that. But at the same time, I try to remember that she's a person, like we all are, and it's really disheartening when you do see videos, especially when people are essentially dragging someone else. There's a difference between saying you don't connect with someone, you don't vibe with someone, and you're not going to purchase something that they have to do with for this reason or that reason, and then there's a difference of like full on just going to town on someone. So I was kind of bummed out when I got those messages. So I went into my Will I Buy It video kind of struggling, because I was like, man, I feel like I'm really gonna disappoint people, that I'm not angrier. And I think a big reason why I wasn't angry is because I just didn't care about supplements. It's not something I cared about. I don't know, I didn't feel any emotion, and I felt like so many other people felt emotion and really wanted to see me react a certain way. While saying that though, I do want to say that the comments in my Will I Buy It video were, I think I only deleted like 3 comments, maybe even just 2. The comments on that video was so positive, and there was actually good discussions happening about Tati and these vitamins. And I guess from what I had seen and kind of the vibe that I was feeling, I was really, really worried. But I was so happy to see that, and even if people agreed or disagreed, there was actual conversation and not just hateful messages back and forth to one another. And I thought that was really, really cool to see. So it was interesting how nervous I was going into that video and how it ended up playing out. I was really happy to see that. I don't know, I feel like this drama and the negativity, I feel like it's been around the beauty community since before I became a part of the community, and I really hope that there's like a new direction. I see so many other influencers talking about it and bloggers talking about it, and we talk about, you know, the positivity and trying to eliminate that nastiness and the bashing and the, you know, publicly shaming of people. And I genuinely hope that there's a time where we do start to move in that direction, because I think that would be fantastic. But that Will I Buy It video and the comments that came in, like, honestly gave me hope for that. I thought that was really cool. But it was sad too at the same time that it wasn't what I expected to see. Like, I expected there to be more anger. I expected there to be fighting. And it's like, man, why would you expect that? Like, you need to get out of that head frame, because that was kind of a bummer when you get surprised when things aren't dramatic. You get surprised when there isn't negativity. Like, that's kind of a bummer, right? So I don't know, I just wanted to touch on that for a little bit, because that's kind of what spurred this idea, was me feeling a certain way going into that Will I Buy It, feeling so nervous about the comments, and just talking about something that has made such a huge splash in the beauty community. It seems like so many people were making videos and dedicated videos talking about Tati and these supplements, and I've been watching so many people's videos and just, you know, seeing what they're thinking and seeing their feedback and other subjects that I want to talk on with this, because when it comes to like kind of like the negativity, another thing that I kind of feel like in the beauty community, because videos that are more like negative seem to do really well on YouTube, which sometimes is really disheartening. And so I have a regret series. I talk about like makeup I regret buying, don't regret buying, I regret not buying, I don't regret not buying. And I'll say that for me right now, where I'm at, usually if one of my videos hits 10,000 views, that's a lot for me. Typically my Will I Buy It videos will hit 10,000 views, and every once in a while I'll do a video that gets a good response and gets close to the 10,000. But once I see 10,000, like, that's a pretty decent number for me personally. I posted a video about 2 weeks ago, and it was makeup that I regret buying. So I was talking about products that disappointed me, didn't work out for me, etc. And it took off right away. It has over 13,000 views at the moment. In my regret series, the video that I posted before products I regret buying was makeup that I don't regret buying. So makeup that worked out for me, makeup that I didn't mind spending a higher price tag on because it worked out for me. It doesn't even have 9,000 views. Okay, so then before that, I talked about disappointing makeup products to me. It was my 7 disappointing makeup products in 2017. That has over 11,000 views. Then I did a makeup that I regret buying. Once again, that has over 12,000 views. And then for the last one that I touched on, just to get an idea of these types of videos, makeup I don't regret buying, and that has just over 6,000 views. So it's just interesting to me when I'm talking about makeup that didn't work for me, disappointing makeup I regret buying, you know, things like that. Those videos typically get higher views, and it's just kind of disappointing, because then you see the videos where I'm talking about makeup that I actually like and makeup that actually works for me, and it has some of them, you know, almost half the views as their counterparts. And I've just realized, like, back when I used to do anti-hauls, my anti-hauls would get so many more views than my Will I Buy It video, and the Will I Buy It were a spin-off from the anti-hauls, because I realized I didn't really like posting anti-hauls because it felt too negative for me personally. Like, I felt like every time I was doing an anti-haul, I had to get in like this certain mindset and, you know, no, I don't want to buy that product. No, I don't want to support that brand. No, I don't want to do this. And it was more just like negative, negative, negative. And that's why I did the spin-off of the Will I Buy It, because it was more just chatting and talking my way through it and letting people see the thought process of a normal girl sitting in Iowa buying makeup. What am I going to spend my money on? What has my attention? It just felt better to me than doing an anti-haul, and I haven't done an anti-haul. I mean, I'm gonna say it's probably been close to a year, because it just felt a little too negative to me. And then sometimes you could see that in the comments as well. And again, I'm not saying everybody was negative in the comments, of course, but you could just kind of like feel that vibe with them. At least I felt like I could. So that's why I did the spin-off. But I don't know, it's kind of a bummer when you see more negative videos doing so well view-wise. Like, it's like that's what people are drawn to and that's what they want to see. And then you can take your time and you make videos about products that do work for you and work great and are your favorite products, and people are like, nah, meh, not really interested in that. And it's like, why? I'm just curious, and I would love to get your thoughts. Like, do you think you're someone who, like, you're drawn to more videos like that about products that don't work out for people and anti-hauls and things like that? Are you more drawn to that, and why do you think that would be? I would love to know. I'd love to get some feedback in the comments, because it's just kind of crazy when I did start to look at the numbers and I see 13,000, 11,000, 12,000 for those more negative videos, and then on the don't regrets I see 9,000 and 6,000. It's like, that's pretty interesting, right? Those were kind of the main things that I wanted to focus on, but I thought I would share a few other like comments that I've seen come in that kind of play into this as well, and that have kind of like tripped me up like mindset wise. One comment that I feel like I've gotten a lot over the past couple of months here is along the lines of like me not swearing in my videos. And I feel like I mentioned it a couple times in my Will I Buy It video, but it's a comment that I see a lot, or I get a lot of like the private messages that say this. And one thing that really, like the one comment that I feel like kind of stuck out to me the most is, I've gotten this one a couple times actually, is people saying that I would seem more relatable in my videos if I used foul language. And I'm like, why? Because to me, that's not who I am. Do I swear in real life? Sure. Like, if I've been drinking, sometimes I will swear more. If I'm really upset, I sure will. One thing about me, like if I'm in uncomfortable situations, like maybe if I'm like with a group of people I don't really know a lot, but they're like friends-wise, I might swear more, because I don't know, it's like an uncomfortable thing, but it's just not really who I am. I don't really curse a lot in front of like my mom, my in-laws. In professional settings, I don't. So I don't know. It's just not really like, I don't know. I don't really have a very foul mouth, and that's why you don't really get that a lot in my YouTube videos. It would be if I just started like cursing like crazy in my videos, I feel like you would be able to tell that it's coming across as very forced, because it's just not me. And am I saying that people shouldn't? No, because you should. If that's you and that's how you are, then you should be yourself in front of the camera. And this is just me being myself. I think that's one of the like #1 things, especially when having a YouTube channel, is you need to be yourself and be comfortable in front of the camera. I can't pretend to be anybody else, and I don't want to fake a different personality than what I actually have. So, but it's kind of disheartening when you hear that, like, I'm not relatable because I don't curse. Like, what? I don't know, that's a very little thing, but I just thought I would say it in here because it's something that I actually think about, like, especially when I started getting comments like that, like around the same time as one another, like they were like overlapping comments. I was like, do I really need to start doing that in YouTube videos to be more relatable, or to bring people to my channel, or make them want to like stick around more? Because I don't know, it was just something that was kind of weird. What do you guys think of that? Again, hopefully this video will be shorter than my last March musings, but honestly, I just kind of wanted to say a few things and then really see what you guys think in the comments as well, because it's just something that is so curious to me. For me personally, it doesn't bother me when people curse in videos. I don't know, it doesn't bother me at all, but I'm also, you know, 30-year-old woman, and I understand that's what people are like, but I definitely feel like there's a difference between when people kind of do it for like, you can tell when people are doing it more for like shock value type of thing, that you can just see when someone's not comfortable, whereas someone who is comfortable and that's just like who they are, their personality, that's how they speak, that's how they like that I don't have any problems with because it's just someone being themselves. I don't know, those were just kind of like the main things I wanted to say. And one other thing that I just kind of want to like say what's been on my mind this has been for quite some time actually, but sometimes I feel like as a YouTuber who, I don't feel like I'm necessarily controversial in a lot of different ways. I mean, I make a lot of videos. I put out a video almost every single day, if not 7 days. Then I'm putting out a video 6 days a week. And I cover more like hard-hitting topics, but I don't feel like I'm controversial on camera, on YouTube, or on any of my other social media platforms. And sometimes I honestly wonder if that is something that will work against me. And this is really a thing where I would like to get feedback as well. Like I really would, because I've had this thought before where it almost seems like there are some YouTubers, and I'm sure a lot of you guys probably know like who I have in my head right now, who I'm thinking of, that are not necessarily, I don't want to say like negative because that's not the word I'm looking for, but they're kind of more over the top, controversial wise. You see them embroiled in a lot of drama and things like that. But then that's also the YouTubers that have a lot of subscribers. They get a lot of opportunities with brands, you know, and so sometimes it makes me wonder, like, should I be listening to the advice in the comments of people saying like, you need to spill the tea and you need to be swearing up a storm in your videos and you need to do brand bashing videos, and you like, can someone who is not that way be successful on YouTube? Or are we in a time right now where that's what people thrive on? And again, this is not a new thing for the beauty community or even our world. I mean, look at the magazine covers that you see at the grocery store. It's all the drama. Who's divorcing who and who has a drug problem and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's what people focus on now. Why are there shows out there like not Desperate Housewives, the other housewife show, the Real Housewives shows? Like, there's shows like that out there that are full of drama and full of people fighting, and it always seems like, I don't know, it just seems like that is what we are drawn to these days. Look at the numbers on like the videos that are more negative than are more positive. That's what people are drawn to. So as someone who, you know, I'm still a smaller YouTuber, but I think that I'm fairly like chill. Like I'm not interested in placing myself in a bunch of these like dramatic situations, and I'm that exact same way in real life. I don't like to be involved in drama. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm very much a homebody. I'm someone who truly believes that my life is more positive when I'm in a positive mindset. I have not always had that mindset for sure, but the last probably like 4 years of my life, I tried to make a big change and have it be a mental change as well, where I focus on the positive, because if I focus on the negative, I could tell that it was making me a more negative person. And is that possible in every single facet of life? No, of course not. With YouTube videos and in real life, of course it's not always that way, but it's something I genuinely strive for. So it just kind of makes me wonder. It truly does. Like, you know, last week or 2 weeks ago when I posted my first March Musings video, it was, do smaller YouTubers really have a chance to make it, to succeed like some of these bigger YouTubers have? So then like this week, it's kind of like, what about the YouTubers that don't want to be involved in the drama? Do we have a chance? Are we gonna get noticed? Or will we get comments like, well, you're not relatable, well, you don't speak your mind, you don't tell it like it is, things like that. Like, these are comments that I get from people because I'm not like because it's just not my personality. You know what I'm saying? So it just makes me wonder. So those are my final thoughts. Those are all the topics that I wanted to discuss for this March Musings video. And I would just love to know if you have any feedback on any of the topics that I talked about. I'd love to get your thoughts in the comments down below. And I do want to, of course, say that I'm not trying to come after anybody who has a different personality than me, who has a different demeanor than me. That's not at all what I'm trying to do, because I have plenty of friends here on YouTube and in my real life who are the complete opposite of me. And I love them for that, because I think that's fantastic. I do just want to, of course, make sure to say that, because I'm afraid I'm going to get a comment like, well, how could you say that about this person? And, you know, definitely I'm not trying to say anybody who is different than me is bad or, you know, shouldn't be that way, because that is not it at all. I kind of just wanted to touch more on kind of like who I am and the comments that I've seen come in from that, and how it's affected me and how it's made me think, and how I've truly had the thoughts of like, maybe I should amp it up. But, you know, in all of this and being on YouTube, I don't want to lose myself. I don't want to lose who I am. I just don't want to lose myself. But I just want to continue to be myself. And if you are a YouTuber and, you know, maybe you've had these thoughts as well of, you know, maybe I should be something different. You know, maybe you're someone who is more over the top than me, and maybe you've had the thoughts of like, maybe I should tame it down a little bit. I would love to know if you've had those thoughts as well, because it's just interesting when you get comments and feedback. It's interesting to see how it plays into your thought process when it comes to this. But if you have any thoughts on that, or kind of the negativity, the drama that can come in the beauty community, what you think about it, what you see, how it makes you feel, I would just love to know. But that's gonna do it for this week's March Musings video. I know I felt like I had a lot of different sections of things that I wanted to talk about, and hopefully I was able to get it all out okay. You know, sometimes when you're talking about a little bit like harder subjects, it's harder to get all of your thoughts together and out the right way. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see another March Musings, of course, do let me know. If you have any other topics that you'd like to see me discuss, please let me know, but I look forward to hearing your feedback in the comments. But other than that, that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, or you found it helpful or entertaining in some way, please give this video a thumbs up. I hope that you will consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video.